Congratulations. God says, today will be a very surprising day of your life. The heavens themselves are aligned to bring you what has been long promised, what has been long awaited, and what has been long denied to you by the distractions and deceits of this world. Do not skip this moment. Do not turn away from this message, because if you do, you will not only miss the miracle but risk losing what is already being prepared for you. Everything you have feared, everything you have waited for, and every desire that has been in your heart since the beginning of your struggle will converge today, and it is only a matter of whether you will receive it or let it slip through your fingers. God says, from the deepest chambers of your life, there is a force at work that you cannot yet see. Angels are moving, unseen by your eyes, but their wings are brushing against the doors of your fortune. Your life is on the precipice of a shift so dramatic that even you will marvel at its suddenness. The banks, the authorities, the people around you, even those who doubted you, will be witnesses to the undeniable hand of God in your affairs. But there is a catch. If you delay even for a minute, the opportunity may vanish, and the very blessings that were designed to elevate you will be withheld, not by your enemies but by the very fabric of time that God has ordained. Do not think that this is exaggeration. God sees every tear, every sigh, every night you spent in worry. He has marked your faith, and He has also marked your patience. Today, your patience is being tested one last time, but unlike all the previous trials, this is not a challenge for endurance. This is a call to action. To open this now is to open the door to miracles. To ignore it is to close the door and watch your resources, your security, and your financial blessings dissolve into nothingness. The first miracle you will witness will be unexpected. It may come as a letter, a message, a sudden call, or a mysterious appearance in your life that will defy logic. You will feel a rush, a surge, an invisible hand guiding you toward a truth you could not have imagined. This is not mere coincidence. God says that the timing of this moment is perfect. The angels themselves are rejoicing over your imminent elevation. This is the day when the universe conspires in your favor. The moment you act, the barriers that held your progress, your wealth, and your joy will be torn apart by divine intervention. God says, your finances, which have been stagnant, limited, or blocked, will suddenly surge in ways that are impossible to explain naturally. Accounts that have been empty will be filled. Opportunities that seem distant will appear right in front of you. Those who have tried to hinder your progress, those who have doubted your vision, those who have wished you harm, will see the unmistakable mark of God's hand favoring you. They will be astonished at how swiftly and decisively your life changes. But this will not happen unless you act now. Hesitation is the enemy of blessings, and delay is the thief of your inheritance. God says, in your career, a sudden promotion, recognition, or financial gain will come. Perhaps it will be from a source you least expect, a person you never thought would notice you, or a company, organization, or institution that has your best interest at heart without your knowing it. The key is, you must acknowledge this moment, accept it, and act on it. The angels will guide you, but they cannot act on your hesitation. Divine energy is waiting to flow through your decisions, and if you do not open this, if you do not respond, the energy will shift elsewhere. Today will also bring revelations. God says, some secrets will be revealed that will free you from confusion, doubt, or deceit. People who have hidden the truth from you, who have kept you in the dark, will be exposed, not by their will but by the hand of God. You will know who stands with you and who stands against you. You will see the true intentions of those around you. And the knowledge of these truths will empower you to make the best decisions for your life, your wealth, and your family. The message God brings is also a warning. Do not ignore the signs. Do not delay. Every second counts. The difference between receiving and losing is action. Your destiny has already been written, but your role in this divine play is to open your heart, open your mind, and open your hands to receive. Hesitation will cost you more than you can imagine. Your resources are already aligned for you, but they will not wait indefinitely. God says, miracles do not linger for the doubtful, for the hesitant, or for those who are distracted by worldly concerns. God says that a powerful force, stronger than any human understanding, is mobilizing in your favor. Angels are standing by, and Archangel Michael himself is watching over the process. Michael says, do not wait. Open the message. Act now. This is the turning point you have prayed for. This is the moment your faith will be rewarded. Do not let fear, doubt, or procrastination rob you of your inheritance. Michael's voice echoes in the spiritual realm, shaking the barriers of limitation, tearing away the veils of uncertainty, and preparing the ground for your elevation. Today, God says, your health, your relationships, your career, and your finances are all aligned for a divine breakthrough. Some of you will receive news of long-lost inheritance, forgotten bank accounts, or hidden fortunes that were unknown even to your closest relatives. Others will find that someone unexpectedly invests in your life, believing in you more than you believe in yourself. And some will discover that debts vanish, obstacles dissolve, and opportunities multiply in ways that are beyond human comprehension. But all of this depends on your willingness to act. God says, do not underestimate the power of divine timing. The universe works in synchronization with your faith. When you open this message, when you trust and act immediately, the alignment of forces becomes perfect. Every star in the heavens, every angelic force, every element of the spiritual and physical world will converge to bless you. Your dreams, long held in the secret chambers of your heart, will begin to materialize in visible, tangible, and undeniable ways. Do not wait for proof. The proof is in the immediate action. To open this now is to open the floodgates of divine blessing. To delay is to close the gates, allowing the currents of blessing to flow elsewhere. God says, the moment you act is the moment you change the trajectory of your life forever. The decisions you make today will be written in the spiritual records, recorded in heaven, and celebrated by the angels. Your financial blessings today may arrive in surprising forms: a sudden deposit, a lucrative contract, an unexpected gift, or a miraculous reconciliation of accounts that seemed impossible. God says, this is not the result of chance but of divine orchestration. Those who have doubted you will see the unmistakable proof of God's favor upon your life. They will be forced to acknowledge your rise, and your enemies will be confounded. God says, some of you will receive messages from people you have not heard from in years, and these messages will contain opportunities, wealth, or revelations that will accelerate your life in ways you never imagined. The timing is precise. The universe is precise. But the key factor is your action. To hesitate is to lose, to act is to gain beyond measure. Today, the angels are rejoicing over your breakthrough. Your persistence, your prayers, your faith, and your endurance have reached their culmination. God says, miracles are now being released on your behalf. The very air you breathe, the very steps you take, and the very thoughts in your mind are now conduits of divine blessing. But you must acknowledge this moment. You must act. You must believe without doubt, and you must receive without hesitation. God says, this is the day that will mark a before and after in your life. The day where obstacles dissolve, where fortunes shift, where dreams manifest, and where divine favor becomes undeniable. Today is not ordinary, today is not a day to waste. It is a day where every prayer you have uttered in secret, every tear shed in solitude, and every hope clung to in desperation will be answered. Not delay. Open the message. Receive the blessing. Accept the miracle. God says, this is your time. Your moment. Your day of destiny. Do not allow it to pass by. The doors are open, the angels are waiting, and the heavens are ready to shower you with blessings. Only your action can unlock what is already prepared for you. God says, your joy, your security, your abundance, and your peace are waiting. Open this now, act immediately, and witness the miracle. Do not let fear, doubt, or hesitation steal what is rightfully yours. Today is the turning point, and God has written your victory. The heavens are applauding. Angels are shouting. Michael is standing guard. Every force in the universe is aligned to bring you what you have long deserved. Congratulations. God says, today will be a very surprising day of your life. Listen carefully, and do not scroll away or dismiss this message, because every word you read now carries divine timing, divine purpose, and divine intervention. God is speaking directly to you. This is not ordinary. This is not common. This is urgent. This is life-altering. Your angels are gathered around, your spiritual guides are leaning closer, and even Archangel Michael is shouting with urgency, tears streaming, calling your name because he knows what is about to happen if you fail to act immediately. God says, "You have been waiting, praying, and sometimes doubting, yet everything you have been asking for, everything you have been hoping for, is aligning right now. Do not ignore this, do not delay, do not let hesitation steal this miracle from you. Open your heart, open your eyes, and open this moment, because the universe, heaven, and every angel assigned to you have conspired to place this exact moment at your doorstep. If you delay, the opportunity, the fortune, the blessing that is meant for you will slip away, and it may never return in this lifetime." God says, there is a sum, a gift, a fortune, waiting for you, a miracle so large that it will shake the foundations of your world. This is a blessing from the highest realms. This is not a test, this is your reward for patience, faith, and for never giving up even when the world turned its back on you. But God warns, hesitation now could cost you everything you have worked for. This is why you must act immediately. Open it, claim it, accept it, embrace it. God says, today, something miraculous is being delivered to you. A door is opening, a path is revealing itself, and a hidden opportunity will become visible only to those who are prepared, only to those who act immediately. There is someone, a messenger, a guide, who has been sent by heaven to ensure this blessing reaches you. If you delay, if you ignore this, the messenger will move on to someone else. Heaven works on perfect timing, and this moment is your divinely appointed hour. Archangel Michael says, do not ignore this. This is your destiny speaking. Every second you wait, the chance diminishes. Your enemies, the forces that have tried to block you, the obstacles that have been placed in your path, all of these are being removed by my hand. I am here, standing with you, protecting you, guiding you, but I cannot act without your consent. You must step forward. You must open the door. You must embrace the miracle before you. God says, look closely, for the signs are all around you. The numbers that appear, the people who come into your life today, the messages, the calls, the unexpected letters, the sudden changes in circumstances, all are divine signals. Each one carries a message, a code, a key to unlock the fortune, the miracle, the blessing that is reserved for you. God says, pay attention. Act immediately. Hesitation is the enemy of blessings. Delay is the thief of miracles. God says, imagine the life you have dreamed of. Imagine the abundance you have prayed for. Imagine the freedom, the joy, the peace, the security you have sought for so long. Today, all of that is within reach. But it will only come to you if you take action now. Do not let fear, doubt, or distraction stop you. Do not let the whispers of negativity or the skepticism of others block the flow of divine abundance into your life. God says, today, an unexpected source will bring you wealth, opportunity, and revelation. This may appear as a message, a person, a check, a transfer, a letter, a phone call, or even a vision. It may come in a form that seems ordinary to the world, but God assures you, this is extraordinary. The timing, the alignment, the precision, all of it is orchestrated by heaven. Only those who act decisively and without hesitation will receive this. God says, many have been waiting for years, praying, seeking, hoping, and yet they miss the moment. Today, the moment is yours. Today, the divine is knocking at your door. Today, Archangel Michael stands ready, sword in hand, light shining, waiting for you to step into your destiny. If you ignore this, the blessings will not wait. If you hesitate, the fortune will not linger. The universe respects decisiveness. Heaven rewards action. God says, open your hands, open your heart, open your mind. Receive the miracle that is meant for you. Do not question, do not fear, do not doubt. Trust in the divine timing, trust in the divine plan, trust in the power that created the stars, the heavens, and all the abundance in the universe. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your miracle. Archangel Michael says, I am crying loudly because so many ignore these messages. I am weeping because many let fear dictate their choices. But today, you have the choice to act, to step into your destiny, to claim what God has prepared for you. Open this now, before the hour passes. Open this now, before the opportunity disappears. Open this now, before you regret it for the rest of your life. God says, the money, the wealth, the inheritance, the fortune, the blessing, whatever form it takes, is already prepared. It is reserved for you. It is waiting. But God cannot impose it. You must accept. You must claim. You must step forward. Today, if you act, your life will change forever. Today, if you trust, everything you have dreamed of will manifest. Today, if you respond, your miracle will be unstoppable. God says, there may be voices telling you to wait, to be cautious, to doubt. These are the voices of fear, hesitation, and worldly distraction. Do not listen. Do not delay. Do not question. God says, the time is now. The blessing is now. The miracle is now. Open it, accept it, believe it, and watch as your world transforms before your eyes. God says, this is not an exaggeration. This is not a trick. This is divine intervention. Heaven itself is aligned to deliver this to you. The angels are working tirelessly, the archangels are mobilizing, and every force in the universe that serves goodness is bending toward your favor. But your cooperation is required. Your action is required. Your decision is required. Open this moment, open this opportunity, open your life to the divine plan. God says, once you act, the doors will open wider than you can imagine. The miracles will manifest more brilliantly than you have dreamed. The wealth, the fortune, the blessings will flow so abundantly that it will astonish you, your family, and even those who doubted you. The moment you claim this, the forces of heaven will pour down favor, success, and protection over your life in ways that will leave you speechless. God says, today, you will experience something that has never happened before. Today, you will receive a revelation that will astonish you. Today, you will witness a miracle that will redefine your life. But God warns again, act now. Hesitate, and it will slip away. Doubt, and the opportunity will vanish. Fear, and the blessing will remain locked. Archangel Michael says, I stand here with tears, with sword, with light. I have fought battles for you in realms you cannot see. I have guarded your path, cleared your obstacles, and now the final step rests with you. Open this now. Receive your miracle. Claim your blessing. Trust in God. Trust in me. Trust in the divine plan. God says, your patience, your faith, your endurance have led you here. You have prayed, fasted, and hoped. And now, today, all of that effort will bear fruit. But only if you act. Only if you open. Only if you trust. Only if you claim. Do not let this pass you by. Do not ignore this. Do not delay. The time is now. The blessing is now. The miracle is now. God says, today, the universe itself bends to your favor. Today, the angels sing your name. Today, Archangel Michael shouts your destiny. Today, the fortune you have been waiting for manifests. Open this moment. Open this message. Open your life to the divine plan, because hesitation now could cost you everything. Act immediately. Claim your miracle. Claim your fortune. Claim your destiny. Congratulations. God says, today is not just any ordinary day. Today is the day when the universe conspires in your favor. Today is the day when what seemed impossible becomes possible. God says, if you open this message now and pay full attention, your life will shift in ways that will astound you. The angels are waiting, Archangel Michael is watching, and heaven itself has aligned to bring blessings you have never seen before. God says, this is the turning point, the moment that you have been unknowingly praying for all your life. Everything that has been hidden from you, every secret blessing, every miracle that seemed just out of reach, is ready to manifest, if you act now, if you respond immediately to this divine calling. God says, do not delay. There is no time for hesitation, because if you skip this, the window will close, and the money, the abundance, the opportunities that are being sent to you today will vanish. God says, today you have a chance to receive a fortune, a life-altering miracle that has been prepared by the angels specifically for you. Do not underestimate the power of this moment. What I am about to reveal is not ordinary, it is extraordinary. You are on the brink of receiving something that will change your financial status, your emotional state, and your spiritual journey forever. God says, as you read these words, Archangel Michael is standing beside you, sword in hand, shielding you from all negative forces. Michael is crying tears of joy because he knows that today is the day your life will be elevated. He is screaming in heaven to ensure you do not miss this message. The angels are gathered in multitudes, holding scrolls of blessings that are yours by divine right. God says, what you are about to see and receive will be so astonishing that you will question reality itself. God says, there is a secret that has been kept from you. There is a wealth that was promised to you at birth but has been delayed due to circumstances beyond your control. Today, God is overturning every obstacle, every delay, every betrayal, and every plan meant to hold you back. The universe is shifting in your favor, but you must act immediately. God says, if you ignore this message, if you procrastinate even for a few minutes, all this abundance could slip away. You must open the path now, because divine timing waits for no one. God says, you may have doubted before. You may have wondered why your prayers seemed unanswered, why the blessings of others came easily while you struggled. God says, all that was a preparation, all that was training, and all that was necessary for this moment. Today, everything aligns perfectly. Today, the heavens pour their treasures into your life. Today, you receive a gift that is beyond human comprehension. God says, this gift is not just money, it is not just wealth, it is freedom, it is opportunity, it is empowerment, it is the breaking of chains that have bound you for years. God says, imagine receiving a check, a fortune, or a financial blessing that is beyond anything you ever dreamed of. Imagine doors opening to opportunities that were once hidden, to contacts and connections that bring exponential growth. Imagine being lifted from worry and fear into a state of divine security. God says, this is what is happening for you today. This is why you must act immediately. This is why Archangel Michael is urging you, crying loudly, to ensure you do not miss this. God says, today will be a day of surprises. Not the ordinary kind of surprise, but a revelation so powerful that your life will never be the same. God says, you may encounter a person who holds the key to your financial freedom, a letter, a message, a check, or a secret that reveals wealth that has been kept for you. God says, if you open this now, you will step into abundance immediately. If you delay, the opportunity will pass, and the wealth will be redirected to someone else. This is not a threat, but a warning from heaven. God says, the angels are waiting, and the divine is ready to act on your behalf, but only if you answer now. God says, Archangel Michael has placed a shield of protection around you to ensure that nothing negative can interfere with the miracle being sent. Michael says, do not delay. This is not a joke. If you ignore this, you will lose everything that has been sent for you today. God says, the forces of heaven have been mobilized, the angels have been dispatched, and the divine is ready to shower you with gifts, treasures, and opportunities that you cannot even imagine. God says, this is your moment to claim what is rightfully yours, your inheritance, your fortune, your miracle, and your breakthrough. God says, today, you may also experience an unexpected encounter with someone who has the power to change your life completely. This person may offer you guidance, wealth, or opportunities that you have been praying for. God says, this is divinely orchestrated, and only happens to those who act in faith and immediacy. God says, every step you take today can lead to miracles, every decision can open the door to abundance, every word you speak can attract blessings. God says, do not let fear hold you back. Do not let doubt or hesitation prevent you from receiving what heaven has prepared. God says, the moment you act, everything will begin to fall into place. Opportunities will multiply, wealth will manifest, and miracles will unfold. God says, open your heart, open your mind, and open the path for what is being sent to you. God says, this is your destiny, your time, and your reward. Do not delay, do not doubt, and do not ignore. God says, in the past, you may have struggled, you may have faced losses, you may have wondered why life seemed unfair. God says, today is the day when the universe balances everything. Today is the day when divine justice brings you exactly what you deserve. Today is the day when money, fortune, and abundance find their way to you in ways that defy human logic. God says, if you act now, your financial situation will change forever, your life will enter a new dimension, and your spirit will soar with joy and gratitude. God says, the angels are recording every moment, every intention, and every action you take. They are ensuring that your life is protected and your blessings are multiplied. God says, Archangel Michael is holding a sword of divine authority, cutting away every obstacle, every doubt, every fear, and every delay. Michael is declaring that today is your day, today is your miracle, and today is your fortune. God says, All that is needed is for you to act immediately, to open the door, to say yes to the blessing, to embrace the miracle that is waiting. God says, do not waste a second. The opportunity that is being sent to you today may never come again. God says, there are forces at work that want to prevent you from receiving this, forces that do not want you to succeed, forces that try to block your path. But God says, with faith, with courage, and with immediate action, you will overcome them all. God says, heaven is aligned in your favor, the angels are ready to deliver, and the divine is calling you to step forward. God says, the moment you respond, your life will shift. God says, you will feel a surge of energy, a flood of joy, and a sense of peace that surpasses all understanding. God says, your mind will be open to opportunities that were hidden, your heart will be open to blessings that were delayed, and your soul will rejoice in the fulfillment of divine promises. God says, this is why it is imperative that you act now. God says, the blessings being sent today are not just for money. They are for your health, your family, your career, and your spirit. God says, every area of your life that has been waiting for miracles will receive divine intervention. God says, the people around you will notice the change, the universe will respond, and even your past enemies will be confounded by your success. God says, this is your time, your moment, and your breakthrough. God says, Archangel Michael is shouting in heaven, open it. Do not delay. The miracle is waiting, the wealth is ready, the blessing is here. God says, the angels are surrounding you, showering you with golden opportunities, divine protection, and miraculous interventions. God says, today is the day your prayers are answered, your wishes are fulfilled, and your heart is delighted. God says, if you hesitate, the miracle will be lost, the wealth will disappear, and the divine plan will move on without you. God says, you are ready to receive. God says, your heart is pure, your faith is strong, and your soul is prepared. God says, open the door to the miracle now, embrace the blessing, and let the abundance flow into your life. God says, today will be remembered as the day when everything changed, when your life turned around, and when the impossible became possible. God says, this is your divine moment, and it is urgent. Do not waste a single second. God says, congratulations. This is the day that heaven has prepared just for you. God says, the angels are watching, the universe is aligned, and Archangel Michael is standing beside you, ready to ensure that everything unfolds perfectly. God says, open this now, act immediately, and receive the blessings that have been waiting for you all your life. God says, your miracle, your fortune, and your abundance are here. Act now, before it is too late. God says, remember, this is not just about money. This is about your destiny, your purpose, and your divine fulfillment. God says, when you act now, everything you have dreamed of, everything you have prayed for, everything you have hoped for, will come to you in unimaginable ways. God says, the angels are rejoicing, the heavens are celebrating, and the divine is orchestrating miracles that will leave you in awe. God says, do not wait another moment. God says, open this blessing, accept this miracle, and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. God says, today is the day, the hour, the moment when your fortune is released, your miracles are activated, and your blessings begin. God says, Archangel Michael is shouting, do not delay. This is your time. This is your miracle. Open it now. God says, as you open this, you will feel the energy, the power, and the joy that comes from heaven itself. God says, the angels are with you, the universe is supporting you, and your divine inheritance is being delivered. God says, your life will never be the same again. God says, congratulations. Your miracle is here. Act now. God says, listen carefully, for this message is not ordinary, it is for your eyes only, and it carries the weight of divine timing. Today is not just another day, today is the day when the heavens align specifically for you. God says, open your heart and your mind and let His presence fill you completely, because what is about to unfold will surprise you in ways you could never imagine. God says, many of you have been waiting, praying, and hoping for a breakthrough, and now, the moment has arrived. This is the day when a door you never expected will open. You might not see it yet, but God says, His angels are already at work, orchestrating events that will change your life forever. Trust Him fully, for He has promised that He will not let you falter, He will not let you fall, and He will not allow any harm to touch you if you stand in faith. God says, there is a surprise coming to you, a blessing so extraordinary that your mind will struggle to comprehend it. It may come in a form you do not expect. It may appear as a person, as an opportunity, or as a sudden shift in circumstances that seems impossible. God says, do not ignore the signs. Do not hesitate. Do not let doubt cloud your understanding. Your timing and your attention are crucial because God has decreed that this moment is yours. He says, as you read this message, angels are surrounding you, protecting you, guiding you, and preparing you for the reception of what is already yours. The doors that have remained closed for years are now swinging open. The windows that have never let light enter your life are now flooded with illumination. Your path is being cleared. The obstacles that have blocked your progress are being removed. God says, everything that has held you back is being addressed, and nothing can stop the divine plan He has for you. God says, if you open this message fully, if you internalize it, and if you act in faith immediately, you will witness miracles today. These miracles are not small, they are life-changing. God says, a financial blessing, a spiritual breakthrough, or a revelation of hidden opportunities is coming your way. You may not yet understand the magnitude of what is about to happen, but God assures you that it will surpass all your expectations. He says, do not delay, for hesitation can block the flow of blessings. God is calling you to trust Him completely, to pray with sincerity, and to release all fear and doubt. He says, as you respond to this divine call, His angels are aligning circumstances that will bring you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. The universe itself is moving in your favor, and God is personally orchestrating every deed. God says, today is a turning point, a day when what seemed impossible becomes possible. You may have struggled financially, emotionally, or spiritually, and you may have felt overlooked, undervalued, or ignored, but God says, your wait is over. Today, abundance will find its way to you. He says, open your heart, open your mind, and open your life to His guidance. Trust the signs He is sending, trust the people He is placing in your path, and trust the timing that He has ordained. God says, even if you have lost hope, even if despair has surrounded you, today He will lift you, and you will see the evidence of His love and power. Miracles are real, and today, you will experience one person. God says, your safety is guaranteed under His protection. Fear not what you cannot see, for the unseen forces are working tirelessly for your benefit. Angels are surrounding you, shielding you from danger, guiding you away from harm, and preparing the way for blessings. God says, do not underestimate the power of prayer, for when you align your spirit with His, mountains move, chains break, and doors open. Today, He asks you to trust Him without question, to release control, and to allow His divine hand to lead you. God says, if you follow His guidance, if you pray with intention, and if you act in faith, there is nothing in this world that can stop the manifestation of your miracle. God says, the surprise He has prepared for you is extraordinary, and it is urgent. You may not see it yet, but it is arriving. Do not let fear, skepticism, or distraction keep you from receiving it. The angels are watching, and God is personally ensuring that you will not miss this moment. He says, you have a choice, to receive His blessing or to ignore it. If you ignore it, the opportunity may pass, and regret will linger. But if you act, if you respond to His call, you will witness a transformation in your life that will astonish you and everyone around you. God says, this is not a drill, this is not a message to be taken lightly. Your attention, your faith, and your action are required immediately. God says, you are safe. Nothing can harm you under His protection. Even in the midst of chaos, even when everything seems uncertain, God is with you. He says, rest in His presence, trust in His promises, and move forward with confidence. The path He is laying before you is filled with opportunities, blessings, and miracles. He says, keep your heart open, for He is sending people, messages, and signs that will guide you. The universe itself is conspiring to bring you the divine gift that is yours today. God says, do not doubt, do not delay, and do not ignore the promptings you feel. Angels are speaking to you now, and the Holy Spirit is nudging you forward. God says, financial abundance is coming to you. It may be unexpected. It may appear in ways you cannot yet comprehend. He says, someone is preparing a gift, an inheritance, a payment, or a deposit that will change your life forever. The amount, the timing, and the source are orchestrated by Him. He says, when you open your heart and mind to this blessing, you will see it manifest. God says, this is not fantasy, this is not wishful thinking, this is divine reality. You are chosen to receive this blessing, and it will come in its perfect form. Angels are already at work making sure nothing can prevent it. God says, you may wonder why this is happening now, and He says it is because of your faith, your perseverance, and your alignment with His will. He sees your struggles, your patience, and your prayers. He hears every whisper of your heart. Today, He responds. Today, He acts. Today, your life will change forever. God says, embrace it with joy, embrace it with gratitude, and embrace it with faith. Nothing can compare to what He has prepared. He says, open your eyes, open your mind, and open your life fully, because the blessings are arriving, and they are magnificent. God says, do not wait. Act now. Respond to the prompting of your spirit. Pray with intention, visualize the blessing, and receive it with complete trust. He says, as you do this, angels will continue to work behind the scenes, removing obstacles, clearing paths, and orchestrating events that will bring your blessing to your doorstep. Today is the day that will be remembered in your life as the moment when everything changed. God says, this is your divine appointment, and it cannot be missed. He says, trust Him, pray, and prepare to receive the extraordinary. God says, today is not just another ordinary day. Today is extraordinary, and I need you to pay attention because the events that are about to unfold are unlike anything you have experienced before. Congratulations, for I have been preparing a surprise for you, a blessing so magnificent, so overwhelming, that it will shift the course of your life forever. Do not take this lightly. Do not scroll past these words or ignore them.